Here's where it all begins. Full speed, full force, and full contact. Practice is over, and preseason has begun here on the SEGA Sports Network. I'm Dan Stevens, along with Peter O'Keefe. Thanks for joining us. Peter, what do you think of these two teams?
It's a new season for the Ravens, Dan, and everybody in that organization is ready to go. In talking to the players, I saw a new focus that wasn't there last year. And even though it's just a feeling of mine, their 6-10 season could easily end up 10-6 this year. Taking the field to face them is Cincinnati. Dan, the Bengals last season was, in a word, painful. Things just weren't clicking, and they were a team in trouble. The approach during the offseason was a little different. They were striving for consistency. Consistency in personnel, consistency in plays, and consistency in attitude. If the offseason was any indication, I see the Bengals are in for a big turnaround.
Thank you, Peter.
They call pass. It is pass. They choose to receive.
The Ravens elect to receive the kickoff. Pelfrey signals the referee for the kickoff. And it's away. Metcalf will get it deep in his own territory. And at the end of the return, he gets taken down. First and 10. Mitchell lets this one go. It could be big. And he throws it incomplete, too far in front of the intended receiver. It's second down.
That was a bad pass, right into coverage.
Scott Mitchell must have really been rattled on that play. I'll tell you, that ball could easily have been scooped up by a defender.
Oh, big time. Maybe he got hit a little too hard earlier in the game. I went colorblind for a few minutes. I don't know.
Ball at the 22-yard line. There's the height. Holmes around the left side. Ooh, that was painful to watch, Peter. Tackled by Francis. Ball on the 23. Mitchell has a man way downfield, and it's too far in front of the receiver. Incomplete pass. Fourth down. Scott Mitchell was trying to rely on his arm to be able to sneak the ball in, but I'll tell you, the coverage was just too tight, Peter.
That's right. You couldn't have fit a baseball in there. It was so tight.
Richardson, after a 3 and out, will punt it away. It's tight. 84 catches the punt. And he picks up a couple on the return and then gets brought down. First down, 4 more tries. Behind. Dillon calling the tackler. Nice penetration by the defense to stop them behind the line. Tackled by Lewis. A loss of maybe a yard. It's now 2nd and 11. Late, looks, throws long left. Pickens catches the ball. He's got the first down and then some. A gain of 35 on the play.
He was rocking and rolling out of the gate. He just sped past the defender to get open.
Carl Pickens proved that in a flat-out foot race, he has no equal.
Dan, you know, I'm often praising receivers for being wily and agile, but sometimes there's just no substitute for being flat-out, no compromise, like the wind, fast.
Poetically put. It's first down, 10 yards to go. It's snapped. Blake throws to center field. Pickens gets the pass, and he scores! A 30-yard play for the touchdown.
That's one of many completions to add to his season-to-date stats. He really knows how to guide the ball in, and you can't coach that.
Jeff Blake cocked his arm and unleashed a near-perfect pass. The receiver only had to put up his hands.
That's right, he must have crosshairs over his visor. With accuracy like that, the defense has their work cut out for him.
Here's the snap. And the extra point is good. We break out of the scoreless game. They get the first points, and we're now at 7-0. Pelfrey signals to the referee for the kickoff. And the kick's off. And he got an okay return, and then he's brought down to the turf. First down, 10 yards. Mitchell throws. Ismail catches the pass. Tackled by Spikes.
He caught that ball with his hands there. Perfectly thrown, perfectly caught.
Qadri Ismail got the ball downfield for a picture-perfect completion. Ball at the 31-yard line. It's snapped. Holmes through the line, carrying defenders. Peter, after picking those yards up, he is just ground into the turf. Tackled by Hawkins. It's 1st and 10. The ball, tackled by Wilson.
Oh, the wide receiver does a brilliant job snatching the ball out of the air.
Priest Holmes had to reach out a little to make that catch, but he recovered nicely.
Dan, a receiver can be vulnerable when his hands are away from his body like that, but he did a great job pulling the ball close as soon as he got it.
You can't coach that, can you?
You can't.
Ball at the 34-yard line. Straight ahead. A gain of 6 on the play. Ball at the 40-yard line. Mitchell goes center field with the pass. Ismail was the intended receiver on the play. Incomplete. There's a marker on the play.
On the defense. First down and final foul.
You know, Dan, defensive interference calls like that can be difficult to read, but I think that was a clear case where the defender was in the wrong.
It's 1st and 10. Mitchell passes downfield left. That brings up 2nd down. Scott Mitchell was this close from throwing an interception on that play.
Some quarterbacks believe in their arms so much that they can't see what's in front of their face. That pass was doomed before he threw it.
Ball on the 38. The snap. Passes it left. Ismail gets it. That will be a first down, Peter. He just made enough yards. A gain of 12 on the play.
That's a great grab there by the wide receiver.
Qadri Ismail used his hands to catch the ball, and that's how how you want to do it. Catch with the hands and then bring it into the body.
That's right, and a smart move to bring the ball in and protect it from the defenders.
1st and 10. Holmes gets the toss, dragging defenders, and after making just a couple on the play, he's really nailed. Tackled by Sawyer. A gain of 2 on the play. It's now 2nd and 8. Ismail catches it. Well, that's it. We're out of time. End of the first quarter of play. 7-0. First and 10. He was met at the line of scrimmage where his progress was rather impolitely impeded. Tackled by Francis. Ball on the 14. Straight for the end zone. 3rd down. Scott Mitchell took a chance on that play. He must have felt that he could thread the needle through that coverage.
Well, I tell you, he was wrong.
Ball on the 14. He's going for the score. Davis was the intended receiver on the play, but it falls incomplete. It's 4th down.
Okay, this is what they did wrong. As an offense, you don't want to be in that 3rd and long situation. You need to move the ball on 1st and 2nd down to get into the 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2 situations.
This is going to be a 32-yard attempt. There's the height. It's up. Good. He tested his range on that one and adds 3 to the score. That score will put them closer. The score, 7-3. Stover gives the referee the signal for the kickoff. And he sends it away. Jackson gets it deep. He gets an average return and then gets hauled down. First and 10. Late goes long right. 2nd down.
The cover man had to stretch a little, but he managed to hijack that ball without breaking stride. That's a key play for the defense.
28 had a superb defensive effort there. The receiver would have been gone just like a train if the defender hadn't gotten his mitts on the ball. Ball at the 22-yard line. It's snapped. Dillon shoots the cap. He's going to feel that tomorrow for sure. Tackled by Boulder. Gain of close to 5 on the play. Ball on the 27. Late passes. Scott gets it. He's got the 1st down. A gain of 11.
Dan, it's all about accuracy. You really hit the bullseye on that throw.
Jeff Blake put that football right in the hip pocket of the receiver.
Oh, I think some of those receivers ought to be drawing half a paycheck this week. He's making it too easy on them.
Oh, you think so, huh?
Yeah.
Are you willing to take a pay cut on the days when I'm saying all the brilliant stuff?
And when would that be?
1st and 10. Passes right. He had it for a second, but it bounces out of his hands. Incomplete. That will bring up 2nd down. Carl Pickens didn't latch onto the ball properly.
If a receiver's thinking about the run, the upcoming hit, or the score and doesn't focus on catching the ball first, he's going to miss it every time, and that's what happened here.
It's now 2nd and 10. There's the snap. Dillon dragging tacklers. He stopped short of the line of scrimmage. Tackled by McCrary. About a yard loss. Ball on the 37. Blake, downfield to his left. Picked off. 26. He's at the 45. Rod Woodson was in perfect position to make that catch. The quarterback never saw him coming. Their brand new 1st down, 10 yards. There's the light. Holmes, it's past the line. Priest Holmes had a nice run in.
Nice run and nice blocking.
Yeah.
This offensive line takes real pride in letting their running backs make those plays.
Ball at the 30-yard line. The snap. Mitchell passes middle. Ismail catches the pass. And he'll be plenty past the 1st down. A gain of 11 on the play.
What a marksman. He knows just where to shuttle the ball so the receiver alone has a shot at it.
We've reached the 2-minute warning. Scott Mitchell showed us some incredible accuracy there.
And with that kind of accuracy, at the very worst, it'll be an incomplete pass. The only person that had a chance at that ball was the receiver. Great pass.
1st and 10. It's high. And he had it in his hands for a second, but it falls to the ground. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Aaron Pierce definitely wishes he could do that one over again. He blew a certain completion there.
Oh, yeah, he's got to take that extra second and pull those catches in. You can't bobble the easy ones like that.
It's 2nd and 10. The snap. Mitchell is going for the point. That brings up 3rd down.
Oh, you can't force a play that's not there. He threw into heavy coverage, and the receiver didn't have a chance at it.
Scott Mitchell really did a poor job reading the defense on that play. You know, with so many defenders in that region, there must have been somebody open somewhere.
Well, when a quarterback starts to panic, he gets tunnel vision, Dan. He narrows his options down to one guy in every coverage.
Holmes launches through the line. Tackled by Langford.
3 downs in a row, 3 stops in a row, and the defense sends the offense packing.
It'll be right about in the middle of his range, a 34-yard attempt. It's away. It's good. He makes the long field goal and puts 3 on the board. They score and they pull it a little closer, 7-6. Stover signals the referee for the kickoff. And he kicks it away. 34 fields it deep in his own territory. And he gets a nice little pickup before being taken down. First and 10. It's snapped. Bill fell off the defender. Tackled by Woodson. Ryan Milne powered ahead through the hole the lineman made for him. Fantastic job by the O-line. Huh, Peter?
You gotta love that.
It's now 2nd and 5. From the pitch, and he's level. He'll lose a couple. Tackled by Brown. Loss of a couple on the play. Ball at the 29-yard line. Late passes, and he got several, but he goes down very hard at the end of that play. Tackled by Sharper. It's the end of the first half, 7-6. The referee for the kickoff. Let's go quickly to Michelle Westfall with this halftime update. Michelle?
Dan, I did manage to catch up with the coach of the Ravens at halftime. The main thing that he mentioned to me is that there are 2 halves to the game. And while he was happy with the team's performance in the first half, they will have to keep it up to come away victorious.
Thank you, Michelle. First and 10. There's the height. Dillon barrels ahead. And they get a couple, Peter, but that was a big hit there. Tackled by Sharper. 8 of 3 on the play. It's now 2nd and 7. And it's in and out of his hands, incomplete. It's 3rd down. Ball on the 32. Late, throws middle. Hunden gets the pass. James Hunden snatched the ball downfield to continue the offensive drive. Good catch.
Dan, that play was executed so well. The quarterback could probably throw with his eyes shut.
Well, now why would he do that, Peter? He'd miss seeing those great catches.
It's just a figure of speech.
Oh, I see. It's 1st and 10. The snap. Great read by the D to stick him a few yards back. Tackled by Boulware. Loss of about a yard on the play. Second down, 11 yards. There's the height. Dillon breaks through, and he's brought down hard. Tackled by Lewis. Gain of 3 on the play. finds a hole. Ryan Mills did a great job capitalizing on the opportunity there. That offensive line is throwing some key blocks for him.
You know, Dan, too often linemen are like the rowers on a Viking ship. They don't get much credit, but if they don't do their job, the boat ain't going nowhere.
Costello comes into punt for the first time in the game. It's snapped. 45 fields the ball just outside his end zone. A 46-yard punt on the play. First and 10. There's the snap. Holmes gets the pitch. Tackled by Sawyer.
Great run by the running back there. But what's really impressive is the blocking by that line.
Priest Holmes saw the opening in the defensive line and just motored right through. Nice execution by your friends on the offensive line, Peter.
Beautiful, Dan.
Ball on the 16. It's tight. Takes the left. Drags the tackler. And he gets a few, but the D sure made him pay the price. Tackled by Francis. First and 10. Holmes dragging defenders. Big hit after picking up a couple. Tackled by Gibson. Gain of a couple on the play. Second and 8. There's the snap. Mitchell passes long right. It will be third down.
Oh, those receivers must be getting a little claustrophobic. Everywhere they turn, they've got a defender staring them in the face.
The Bengals defense has shut down the passing game.
I'll say, they've got their men sewn up tighter than a turtleneck sweater on a rhino.
You just think that up. Ball at the 22-yard line. There's the height. Mitchell throws it left. Evans, he's at the 35. And after a great pickup, he's driven out of bounds. And he will have enough yards for the first down. First down.
That was a nice job of the quarterback putting the ball exactly where the receiver can get it, but the defense can't.
First and 10. That will bring up second down. Scott Mitchell just seemed to panic on that play. He threw the ball into a sea of defenders.
Oh, Dan, he was just lucky that wasn't an interception. Those linemen must be fuming that they couldn't get that pick.
Ball at the 32-yard line. The snap. Evans hustles through. He gets a couple and then gets killed. Tackled by Langford. A gain of 3. Ball at the 35-yard line. It's snapped. Ismail trips. Ismail gathers it up. Tackled by Spikes. Kadri Ismail did a good job tucking the ball in after he made that catch.
It was a great catch all around, Dan. He must sweat stickum through his palms.
Here we are at the end of the third quarter of play. 7-6. The Ravens will punt for the second time. It's height. And a fair catch is called for. 84 gets the punt. A 53-yard punt on the play. Nice kick. first down, 10 yards. And he's met face to face at the line of scrimmage. Tackled by Boulder. It's now 2nd and 10. Delivered right at the line of scrimmage. Tackled by Lewis.
Whoa, something happened here. They're just not moving the ball like they were in the first half.
Ball on the 21. By Brown. Cornell Brown has been one of several defenders who deserve credit. They're really controlling the center of the field. Costello comes into punt after a 3-and-out by the offense. Lewis gets it. A 58-yard punt on the play. Nice kick. First down, 10 yards. The snap. Mitchell sees an option to his left. Davis catches the ball. Tackled by number 25. Billy Davis really outmaneuvered the secondary on that play.
Oh, beautiful. You know, you just can't coach that.
It's 2nd and 4. The defense is showing blitz. Mitchell way down the left sideline. Davis gets the ball. He's at the 10. He's forced out of bounds, very close to the first down. He's just past the marker. That will be a first down. 48 yards on the play. It's a first down.
What an accurate throw by the quarterback.
Scott Mitchell made a terrific toss on that play. He put it right in the receiver's hands, Peter.
Dan, he's the kind of quarterback who almost never makes a wild throw. He's always calm, controlled, and lethal.
Sort of like you. It's 1st and goal. Carrying defenders.
Dan, notice how well they've been defending against the run. They've been plugging those holes quick and making sure that the backs have nowhere to go.
2nd and goal. Here's the height. Holmes up the gut. Ooh, they make him pay the price for the short yardage. Tackled by Spikes. About 2 yards on the play. It's 3rd and goal. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. Two minutes on the game clock. Holmes pulling the tackler. Tackled by Miles.
Boy, that play didn't work. The defense plugged up the middle that time.
Greg Myers is taking the lead on this defense. He really is rallying his linemen.
You know, Dan, an attack like this can be devastating to an offense.
Doesn't leave them any room to work. It'll be a yard farther than a point after a 20-yard attempt. three to the board. That score right there will put them out on top, 9-7. Stover signals the referee for the kickoff. And the kick's away. 34 fields the ball deep. Speeds ahead. He's hit. One minute, 24 seconds on the game clock. And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Tackled by Burnett. A loss of 3. The Bengals take a timeout. That's their first.
Timeout. That's their first charge timeout. Second and 11.
The clock shows 1 minute, 19 seconds left. Late passes.
Dan, look at how much more effective they are at stopping the pass. Credit's got to go to the DBs, who are playing some of the best football they've ever played.
Ball on the 29. Ray Lewis has been galvanized and motivating his crew. I think he's the player to really keep an eye on.
You bet. This is a solid defensive strategy. Right now, they've owned the middle third of the field.
A minute, 3 seconds left. Behind. Late. Looks, then throws center field. They fail to get the yards and will have to give the ball up on downs. First down.
I don't care what the situation is, Dan. You don't go for it in that part of the field. That's insanity.
Peter, you're absolutely right. It's essentially giving the other team points. 52 seconds on the clock. A snap. And he's level. He'll lose a couple. Tackled by Spikes. A loss of 1 on the play. The Bengals take a timeout. That's their second. The clock is down to 48. It's snapped. Holmes dragging tackler. And he's hit and hit hard at the line of scrimmage. Tackled by Hawkins. The Bengals will take a timeout, and this one is their last one. Just 41 seconds remaining. Hit right. Holmes finds the down.
You practically have to show him a certificate of ownership before he'll give up that football. He always hangs on to the ball.
The Ravens, and they get by. They win a close one, 9-7. And that's it for us here. Without any delay, we send you back to our regularly scheduled programming.